Hey guys, and welcome to a Tarkov Academy video. So in this one we are going to be covering all the basics of keybinds as well as keys that you got to press in the game for certain things. Basically almost every keybind that is in the game. So I'm just going to jump straight into it. This video might end up being slightly long, but let's go. So to search a inventory, you need to walk up to it where the search function shows up, or if you're at a door, press F and then you can search it. To put stuff onto your character, you need to press Alt, left click, and it will go into your character slots. If you want it to go into your bags or into your tactical rig, if you hold down Control, left click, it will do that. Ammunition and grenades usually go up into your tactical rig or into your pockets. It does prioritize pockets over your tactical rig with the grenades, but it's quite a smart system with how it works. So this is just a random item and it will go into my bag. Money will go straight into your pouch as well, so just to make you aware. Now you're inside your inventory, you can actually examine items through a keybind. Instead of right clicking everything and click and examine, what you can do is middle mouse click and it will examine it for you. Another thing that you can do with items is if you pick it up, you can press R, you can actually rotate items. Inside Tarkov, you can also do it with single items, or you can do it with giant backpacks. I mean, it's always going to stay in here. Another thing that might be quite good for you is if you rotate bags or tactical vests and pull it into your backpack, then you can actually fit a gun in this top half. If I go like this, then you now got a space for a full-size gun on your actual bag itself. Also, something else that you can do in your bag is also, you see down the bottom here, you have got keybinds for items. You can also keybind items from your pockets or in your tactical rig. You cannot do it from your bag. So if you got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 0 that is available to be keybind. If you hover over the item and then let's say press number 4, you can now see that your grenade is down the bottom. 5 and 6, and now that you can see that your med is down the bottom as well, which is definitely beneficial. So coming out of it, if you press 4, now you can see that I'm pulling out the grenade, and then obviously you can throw it if you left click whilst you're holding it. Also, you can throw grenades by holding down G and then throwing the grenade as well. That can also work for you. Of course, if you just press your numbers on your bar at the very top there, you will pull out the certain gun. Also, what is also great about this is pistols can fit into these 1x2 slots. You can also keybind these pistols as well, which is different to the pistol that is inside your actual holster. So as you can see, I'm going to put my gun away and then pull out this one, put my gun away and then pull out that one. So you can actually carry around multiple pistols as well. Now onto some basic controls. Left click is to shoot. Let's put a magazine in our gun quickly. Left click is to shoot. Right click is to ADS, and then obviously you can shoot. And then if you hold down your middle mouse button, you can actually free look around. It is quite good. Obviously you are limited how much your character's head can turn. If you look up and then you can look all the way to the top, you can actually look behind you. That's been quite a cheesy little thing that's been in the game for a while. You can also, if you ADS and then press left alt, you can hold your breath, which is pretty decent. If you press B, there are certain fire modes in there. So if we press B, we're now on burst, and then full auto, and then single. There are guns in this game that can only go single fire, and there are guns in this game that can only go full auto or single fire. And obviously some of them you can go burst, as you can with an MP5. It's usually the SMGs that you can go burst with. So in single fire, it's 1 bullet at a time. Burst is, I think, 3 bullets at a time. And then full auto is obviously full auto. You can actually look at your weapon. I like to do this. It's actually got me killed a few times, so be careful when you do it. If you press L, you can look at your gun. You can actually guess how much you have got in your magazine by pressing Alt T. Your guy will pull out your magazine, and down the bottom right there, the very top bullet, your guy will know, and he will tell you what that very top bullet is, as well as an estimate of how full your magazine is. If you would like to see what is actually inside your chamber, right now we don't know what is inside our chamber, so it says you need to check your chamber. To check your chamber, if you press Shift and then T, you can see that there's a bullet inside, and then if you double click on your gun again, you can see what the actual bullet is. You can also do some funky things with that. So if we actually unload our magazine, then we double click on the gun and then drag our bullet into our inventory, we'll actually take the bullet out of the gun. Okay, so to reload in this game, it is R. Quite simple. Now, if you're in a tight situation and you're in a firefight, if you double tap reload, he will throw the magazine on the ground just to make it a quicker reload, which means that you are more... Basically, you reload quicker so then you can continue fighting for longer. Something else you can do, if you want to select a certain mag, if you hold down R and then mouse scroll, you can see up the top there that a menu pops down and you can choose which magazine you want to put into your gun. Quite simple. And then the X at the end is if you want to cancel the overlay. Now, we've shot a few shots. So you can see that there's a question mark next to these magazines. If you middle mouse button on this magazine, you will actually search basically how much he thinks is inside the magazine. So we do it on this one as well. So that's half empty or half full, however you want to be, and same again. This is where it's got more than half, I believe. However the crocodile goes, I don't actually know. But he also tells you as well down the bottom right, so this magazine is full. If we reload that P mag and then check the magazine, it's less than half, so it was less than half. It wasn't half full. And then if we reload one that's got the little squiggly line, you can see that it's about half. Something else that you can do, as you can see on my gun, I have got a little laser pointer slash flashlight here on the front left of the gun. If you press T, you can turn your flashlight on. If you press Control T, you can switch between the modes on the flashlight. It's all dependent on what type of flashlight you have. Some have got multiple types of lasers, some is just a pure flashlight that you can only turn off and on, and so on and so forth. You can switch between the sights on your gun. So we have got a big sight at the top here. If you press Control right click, you can switch between the two sights on a gun. You can actually have canted sights on the front of your gun. It has to be a certain barrel that you can put canted sights on. You can put canted sights. You can also change what your reticle is if you hold down Alt and right click. Not all sights have this. Some of them actually turn the sight on or off, so as you can see down here, the Bravo isn't changing. Same with this holographic, the sight isn't changing even though that your gun is doing the clicking sound. Now let's go on to some other things about the raid. If you press O next to the P, not the 0, if you press O on your keyboard, you can see it pops up with a timer up the top right of your screen. That tells you how long you have left inside your raid before you need to exfiltrate. If you double tap O, you can see that now a menu pops up where it shows find an extract point. These are your extracts that are on this map. And it also, the question marks next to them, I'll just let you know, are ones that you don't know if they're open or closed. There's one that doesn't have any question mark. That means that that is a guaranteed open. You can run in this game by holding down Shift. If you look down the bottom left, you can see that the stamina bar is draining, and if you jump, it does make your stamina go down quicker. You can lie down in this game by pressing X, and then obviously X again to stand up. Or if you're crouched and then you go into prone mode, it will take you back to crouch mode. To crouch in this game, it is C, as you can see. It's C. But something about this game which is great. When you're standing behind cover, you don't want to be standing because you're fully covered, but if you're crouched, you can't shoot. If you hold down C and then mouse scroll wheel, if you look down the bottom left, there's notches next to your character. That is how much crouching your character is doing right now, and your profile does change as well whilst you're doing this, which is really good. You can also do this with caps lock. So if you look down the bottom left, there's a bottom bar now. If you press caps lock, you can see on the left it has gone all the way down to the far end, and then if I press caps lock again, it's going to go back to the same state. You can also see that there is a speaker icon down the bottom. It just shows how loud you are. The great thing about this is if you decide to scroll wheel whilst not pressing any key, or not holding down C basically, you can actually change how fast you walk, which is also dependent on how loud you are. You can do this in crouch mode as well. It will make you a lot more quieter if you slow walk. So let's say we're like halfway through. If you press caps lock, it will set us to quiet mode and then back into loud mode. Then let's say we're going to be halfway and then we want to be quiet. Press caps lock. It will go all the way to silent, and then if you press caps lock again, it will remember where you were last in your speed walking settings. In this game, you can lean to your left and the right. That is Q and E. You are right-handed, so it's a lot more beneficial if you actually lean to your right than it is your left. If you lean to your left, you are showing more of your body compared if you are leaning to your right. You can also do a precise lean. So if you're behind cover and you don't want to be leaning out the entire way, if you hold down Alt and then D, you can actually lean just the perfect amount, so just nice and easy. And then if you want to lean to the left, you press Alt A and then you can lean yourself to the left as well. If you'd like to reset it, just press E twice or Q twice, and then it'll put you back up into the vertical settings, and then Q and E will go back to being normal again. It doesn't actually remember how much you leaned, so you don't have to worry about that. You can also sidestep in this game. If you hold down Alt and then E, you can do a big sidestep out to the right. Or if you want to sidestep to the left, hold down Alt and then Q, and then you can do a big sidestep as well. If you hear people coming up the corridor, like I said before, your guy is right-handed, so it's more beneficial if you do it out to the right. So even though I can't see to the right there, I can actually shoot an ADS. I can actually see through the ADS, so my gun is just barely going around. So like you can see the bullet holes there, even though I can't see down it. But the issue on the other side is that if we lean around that side, your whole body has to become visible before that you can actually change what shoulder you're basically shooting on, which you can't in this yet. They did say that they do want to add it. There will be a lot of animations to add to do it, so they're contemplating whether to do it or not. So guys, this is just a few little tips on the keybinds that are in this game right now. I know it was long. There will be a list down the bottom of all the keybinds and what they do, which is also something that might be easier for you. Guys, hopefully you found this Tarkov Academy interesting and fun and you've learned something. If you haven't, I'm sorry, you already know Tarkov. If you have, welcome to Tarkov. But guys, thank you so much for watching. If you got any more suggestions on any type of videos that you want to see in the Tarkov Academy, please leave a comment down below. If you want to join our Discord, we are almost at 600 members on our Discord. That will be in the link in the description down below. I do stream every day at 5 PM GMT. If you have any questions, you can always head over there, or video suggestions, or even just want to hang out and possibly even do a raid with. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video today, and I'm going to see you in the next episode.